Hello, this is Keith. I'm with EveningShadowsTarot.com. If you would like to contact me, you can find my website below this video, and just click on it and you'll find out information about my readings. And I would be doing the reading on this screen, which is moving. As you'll notice, the stars are moving at all times, the reflection in the water, the ferns down here are moving, and it's like we're floating, and it's very nice. It makes a nice reading, especially with this background. I have a family that their children are wanting to go to college. The boy is wanting to go to a trade school, and his sister is wanting to go to college. She wants to be a school teacher. And the thing is, it costs so much to send one child to college or trade school, much less two of them are going at the same time. So their parents has asked me to look into this and see what I thought about it. The idea that the son has is they have a little travel trailer that they have used for years, and they haven't used it here lately. But since it's not in use, the son has said, what if we take that to college with us, or to school, trade school? They'll be in the same town. They have one vehicle. It is a minivan, but this is such a small trailer that they can use it. They can use the minivan to pull it. And his idea is he wants to put in a snow cone place. And there will be times she'll be in class and he won't be, and he can run it. And there'll be times that she will be out of class and he will be in class. They're going to try to work this out where they can work, and they're going to put the money back. They've agreed that it's going to take a few $100s to get the flavors and the ice crusher and what they're going to need in the cones, but it won't cost a whole lot, and they have that money. And what they want to know is what the cards think that they should do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a reading for them, and I'm not going to mention names, but let's see what the first card brings us. Okay, this is the 10 of Swords, and if you'll notice, they've had lots of trouble. This person has. He has 10 swords in his back. Now you would think that would be a bad card, but it isn't a bad card. It is a good card because it's saying that bad luck is ending. So they have tried, these brother and sister have tried a small business before, and it wasn't successful, but that was a few years ago. They are more mature now. So let's see what the next card tells us is going to happen. Here's the problem. This is what's blocking them, and that's the money. If they had the money to go to school and their parents had the money, it would make it easier. If they didn't have to work, it would make it easier. But I think this would be a good experience for them, and the thing that's blocking them is this money, and if they could bring in money, even if they're closed 1 or 2 days a week, it doesn't work out that they're open 7 days a week, this would work. The one thing that concerns me, I can see it working in the spring, especially in the summer, and in the fall, but I'm worried about the real harsh winters. And if they could do something else then, sell something else that's different. And I think I will mention it to the parents if they can come up with something. The next card, now I shuffle these cards, and then I put about 10 or so behind it, and I take the next card that's out. So it gets a double shuffle. This one is about the world, and this represents the world. And right now, you know, money is tight, and there's no doubt about it. And some people have opted to not go ahead and get further education. Some decide to go to trade school, not spend as much money. Some are going to go ahead and borrow the money. Now, I think these two, this brother and sister, are pretty smart in that they're wanting to make money as they go and to spend it just as they make it and try not to build up any debt. And I think that's a wonderful idea. Let's see what the next card has to tell us, show us. Okay, this is the man who has taken, you see all these cups that he has down here? Well, he's turning his back on this and he's moving on. And that's exactly what the brother and sister partnership is going to be. They're not going to depend on their parents. And the parents have explained to them that they don't have money enough to send them money each month, that they're going to have to do this on their own. And so they're turning their back on what all of this privilege that they've had of being fed and housing, because they're going to have to pay for that too, and the schooling. So it's a big jump, and they're going to have to be very, very mature. Shuffle and see what we've come up with next. The next one is the King of Pentacles, and again it's dealing with money. And the King is no nonsense. He's going to tell you this is going to be hard. It's not going to be fun and games all the time. There are times you're going to have to study. You're not going to have a whole lot of time for running around and party time, because you're either going to be working or doing your homework and managing your business. So what he's telling you, he's cutting through. He's saying you'll make a little bit of money, but this is going to, you notice he just has one coin showing. But you'll make money, but it's not going to be just all fun and games. And I know a lot of students, when they go to school, get away from home, they want to party, and that's not going to be part of what this is all about, I'm afraid. Well, I know. The next one is, again, money. And what this is showing us is the Four of Coins. Notice that the man is standing on each coin. He's holding one tight, and he has one on his head. He is saying you're going to have to really get a budget and stick with it. And I agree that that's exactly what you're going to have to do. Let's see what else. We've got four more cards and then a general card. So let's see what else they're going to tell us. The next one is emotion. And this is the Queen of Cups. That has to do with emotion. And what she does, she understands, but you can't get mad at each other. And if you're not happy with what one of them's doing, you're going to have to talk to them and say, listen, we need to balance this out a little bit more. You're going to have to get your emotions under control. That's what this card is telling you. You can't both be the boss, and it can't be just fun and games. The next card tells us, now this is a nice card. This is a new beginning for you. It's going to be different than anything you've done. Now you did try business, but you were living at home. You didn't have to make much money, and you were a lot younger. And this business shows it's starting something new. It's the Ace of Cups. But I want you to notice that there's a dove up here. That means love. And I know that you have to feel like you're helping. The sister has to say, I'm helping my brother get an education, plus I'm helping myself. And the brother's going to have to say the same thing. That he's helping his sister and he's helping himself. So it's a new beginning. And Mom and Dad are going to be there to get some of these problems straightened out. You're going to have to do it yourself. And there's no doubt in my mind that you can't do it. I think you can. I've been around both of you some, and I believe you can. The next one is the King of Cups. And that's emotion. And as I told you, you're just going to have to say, this isn't working, we've got to change it, and then figure out between both of you. And again, it's the King. He's not going to dally around. And this has to do with emotion. So you're going to have to get that under control when you talk to each other. And not one of you just be bossy and expect the other one to do what's said. Talk it out and figure out something that pleases both of you. We have one more card that goes up here, and then we're going to have a general card. This card, oh gosh, this is a good card. I love to get this card. This one is, let me put it right here where you can see. This is Sun. And you notice the little boy is on a horse. He's happy. The sun's out, and you'll sell snow cones when the sun's out, won't you? And flowers are growing, and there's a flag here. And you'll notice that that flag is blowing in the wind. This is happiness, and that is a real good thing. I believe this is, reading is being blessed. I really do. I believe that's a sign that this is going to work. It may not fall in place right at first, but it will work. Now let's see generally what we've got here. This one is, oh gosh, this is another good card. And this is the star. And you'll notice the angel has been taking water out of a lake, and she's bringing it and putting it in a small pond just for you two. And this is you're going to get your wish. So you're going to make it work. And I don't think there's any doubt about it. You two will be able to make enough money to pay for your schooling. I know your parents will be very proud of you, and I know I'd be proud of you. I think that you're teaching all of us a lesson in growing up fast. A lot of people, my dad, when I was growing up, and then in high school, he said, son, you're having more fun than you'll ever have. You don't have any responsibility right now. You just go to school, do your lessons, and then you run around with your friends and have a big time. And I told another close friend, I said, well, Linda, if this is fun, I don't think it's fun. I don't see that I'm having a lot of fun. And you know, I've looked back at that, and we have laughed about that, both of us. We didn't think we were having fun, but my dad was right. We were having lots of fun. Now, when I got to college, the fun was over. Most of the time I did without a vehicle, and stayed right there on the campus and worked. I would sometimes get a ride back to our small community, and I would work on weekends. And now that's how I managed to do. And that I did that for spending money. My folks had enough to pay for my tuition and for my room at the dorm, and I wasn't one that really liked the dorm. I didn't like all that noise and silliness, but I did. There were people that did like that, and they flunked out after the second semester, you know, because they weren't doing their lessons. They weren't having too much fun. So I'm thinking that we've got a real good idea here, and someone has written me another idea that I thought was good, and they, when they went to college, they had always loved bicycles and had worked on them when they were growing up. And, you know, they put in a shop. The house that they were renting had a garage, and converted that into a working workshop, and started repairing bicycles, and made enough money for the schooling. That was just one person, it wasn't a brother and sister. But he worked on that, and you know that he still does that for extra money. He has a good job now, he's out of school, but he still does that for extra money. The thing that I did mention on this is that you might need to get something else for the colder months. I don't know anything about cotton candy, but I'm going to say you might sell cotton candy then. You might sell hot chocolate, something like that, in the colder months. And that's an idea for you. I hope this works, and if I can help any of you give more ideas, I'd love for you to write in the replies any suggestion you have for them. And if you have new ideas other than a bicycle workshop or hot chocolate place in the wintertime and in the summer snow cone. But I do believe that they can make some money, and at least that their little trailer is paid for, and it would just be a matter of going in there and fixing it up. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Thanks for listening.